Hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Written Writ Ralph, talking to you straight from our show here, Apple Bites. So we take a bite out of the apple and share it with you. And today we have a plethora of hangouters.
I like it.
that.
With Matta Sorcier, Eddie, Ra, and Ashes. I don't know. I feel like we're a superhero group.
I don't mind. Actually, no, I'm too lazy to be a superhero.
Well, you're a mage, so don't worry about it. So Sorcier, see?
There you go.
You got nothing to worry about.
I'm more of like villain material, I guess. I don't know.
I'll be the healer. How about that? I'll
Cool.
heal everyone. There you go.
We always need a healer.
Yes.
You know, I usually end up being the healer in like TTRPGs or MMOs because like no one else wants to do it, or the tank. Always the job no one else wants to do.
Yeah, I'm always the tank, which is funny because in D&D I'm always the wizard. You know, so I sit there going, I don't get it.
I mean, why is it about the tank and the healer that no one wants to do?
Everyone just wants to do damage.
Oh, I see.
Big damage. Yeah.
They want the glory. I got you.
Because
Yeah.
That makes sense.
When the tank is doing its business, when he's doing it the way he's supposed to be doing it,
Mhm.
all he's doing is keeping the attention of.
Right.
Yeah, he's not really doing damage. He's
I'm just a
keeping
meat
them-
shield.
Exactly.
You're the bait. I hear
Yep.
you. You're the bait. Well, I play World of Warcraft, so yeah.
That's the same thing. World of
Yep.
Warcraft.
Yes,
That's exactly.
yes.
I'll be up there going, oh, this is so much fun.
Oh, so glad I'm wasting my life. I hear you.
The best
And then
thing is when you can be a tank that does damage when they get hit.
Oh, I love that.
That can
Always
happen,
try to
yeah.
do that.
What always sucks though is when the healer is decides they want to be do damage.
Yes,
They
sir.
stop healing the tank and then they blame the tank for messing things up, and I'm like, the healer wasn't healing.
Yeah, then they don't have the MP to heal you, and then they're just stupid. Or they go AFK and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I was talking to a friend." Why are you even playing this? Just go talk to your friend. Just leave. Just get out of here.
Japan says, if I can heal, I heal. Awesome. If I can also attack.
All right, there you go.
My God, in Elder Scrolls Online, in the short time that I played it, like I got so pissed off at everybody that I played a tank that did damage when he got hit, but could also heal himself because I was just like, I trust no one.
I just love it.
So it's like everybody else just do whatever you want, but I'm gonna
Exactly.
be here tanking and healing myself and killing guys while I get hit.
That's why I like being the pally in World of Warcraft, because every once in a while they stop healing me and I'm like, Ralph, you're supposed to be doing damage. I'm like, I'm healing myself because
Yeah, like
Guys,
y'all ain't
yeah.
doing your job.
oh my god. Yeah, folks, we're gonna geek out today because today is a bunch of old folks who've been here before. So this is gonna be a fun day.
I like that you called us old folks.
There you
Better
go.
than the alternative.
Well, yeah, it's better than dead folks
Yeah.
True.
No folks at all.
or no folks.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
It's a
right.
bunch of blank screens.
You know what I
Completely
define
agree.
old? I define old when you were in 5th grade. How old was your teacher? That's what I define old. So I'm over that now. So I'm considered old. So
Oh man,
I've been old for a while.
my 5th grade teacher was like 60 something. So I'm good.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
He used to act on Broadway. He was actually a really cool guy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
that sounds
man.
fun.
He did
Nice.
like a Fiddler on the Roof, if I remember correctly.
Oh wow.
Nice.
And
awesome.
also a funny thing happened on the way to the forum.
I like that one.
He showed us tapes of like him performing, and I was like, oh, this is better than learning.
Did he teach the class with jazz hands and stuff? Like
He was very animated. Also, it's like, you know, when your class has to do their little performance on stage during assembly, like
Right.
ours was always like Broadway quality. Like
course.
he overdid it. It was great. It
Of
was a fun
course.
time. I got to do the can. It was awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh man, this weekend was a blast too. I was hanging out with the guys from Hit Point Game in Long Island at a TCG show. Yeah, there you go, a trade card show. It was a blast. I actually got to play the Hit Point game at the convention, and me and Shadow were playing and having fun. Of course, Shadow won.
Of course. I'm not even surprised. He can probably predict the future.
But it was a fun event, folks. If you get a chance to go to it, you should go to it. It was a lot of fun, and especially if you're looking to buy cards, because I gotta say, I've gotten so used to cons being other thing than what it's supposed to be. So if the Comic Con, you find a bunch of other stuff and barely find any comics. So this was a TCG con, and there were actually people selling cards there.
That is
Oh.
dangerous.
It is
This is
dangerous.
very dangerous.
I was
Was
like,
that
I don't think I should be here.
Was that in Long Island, Ralph?
Yeah, it was in Long Island.
Oh, cool. Where, like near Hempstead or
It was Melville.
Melville? Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Melville in the Hilton.
nice. All right.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a blast. It was actually an easy go. I'm surprised because I've been to this location before and I thought it was hard to get to, but I got there pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
LIRR straight.
Well, not straight. That's always the best one.
Yeah.
I can actually do that with CradleCon because it leaves you in a certain place. You can actually walk it if you want, or you catch the bus.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, it's a good walk though. But we live in New York, so to me, it's not that much of a walk.
Yeah, like you can't walk in New York. Why are you here?
If you ask the Long Islanders, they're like, "You walked it over here from."
You walk half a mile? Like I can walk like 5 miles. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was easy though because it was the LIR and a bus.
Mm.
That's always the best one.
Cool.
Because that means that you're just trying to get to the location after you get off the LIR.
Yeah.
And you film everything, Ralph, on your phone, or do you bring like a separate camera?
I used to bring the 35 millimeter,
Right.
with the big mic and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But we've gone away from it. I think I was at Urban Action the weekend before,
Mhm.
and that show we have to bring the 35 millimeter and the big mic because we're actually doing interviews for Dimitri, who was in charge of the show. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that's a whole other type of thing. But we had issues because I don't know what happened at that convention. The cameras decided to do all this freaky stuff that usually happens when supernatural stuff is happening.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's cursed.
Like having a full battery, and all of a sudden you go, Ralph, the battery's dead. And you're like, what do you mean the battery's dead?
Wow.
Oh, no.
No.
Or the mic deciding that it didn't want to record anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we
I
ended
know.
up using the trusty little guy because I have a mic for this as well.
Mhm.
And that looks pretty good. So let's see.
Sure.
Whatever
Yeah,
it takes.
I'm fast on my feet. If something happens, I'm gonna figure something else out.
You MacGyver it. I hear you, Ralph.
Oh, definitely.
There you go.
Been doing this too long now. Oh man. All right, so folks, why don't we start this off? Rotten Ashes, why don't you tell the people what you're here for besides hanging out? Because we want to get you funded because you're like what, $20 away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
So close.
17? 17 bucks?
Yep, $17
Yes.
away.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Yeah, so we're back to hang out and also get this last like $18. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's what your checks didn't clear.
Yeah, no one got
People
paid
checks-
on Friday.
You guys can make a difference.
Yeah.
Like in the election, but you didn't decide to. But
I
it's
did.
Oh God, let's not.
Yeah.
Crying.
That's that was our whole week. Like, oh
Yeah.
boy.
Like, did I fall into the Twilight Zone? I hope so, because that would explain things a lot better.
Right?
Other time, the
Right.
timeline split. It was somewhere. Timeline split somewhere.
It's the worst timeline possible.
Well, that makes it worse because that means we're in a Doctor Who episode, and that's even worse.
Oh no.
Go ahead, guys.
But yeah, we're here to talk about Pyre. It's live. It's like less than $20 from being funded.
Yeah.
If you love women who do wrong, pirates, demons, not safe for work events, or like things that happen for adults only. This is really the book for you. It was so much fun to put together. We've got some really cool rewards, lots of awesome covers. All of the covers are awesome. It's really been like such a labor of love getting this book together, and it's been so awesome to see all the love in return on the Kickstarter. So it's been a really good experience, despite that we're now chilling at like $18 still funding.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of followers. More than half the followers that we have of the people who have pledged. So I guess people waiting for their checks to hit. The way their accounts are set up is blah blah blah, whatever. But yeah. Also, as I just said, if you're also a fan of Eldritch horror, H.P. Lovecraft stuff, body horror, Cronenberg stuff, there's a lot to dissect people out of time stories like Hellboy, like those kinds of different types of stories. Even I guess as you meant Doctor Who, a person out of time is kind of long lived. I have a lot of different adventures and things like that. This is for you. And in the indie comic space, you don't see very, very much horror. You see horror a lot in the indie comic space, at least not advertised in the way that I guess capes and stuff are, or other types of books are, science fiction and fantasy are. So if you're looking for that horror itch to be scratched, this is definitely for you.
The artwork's amazing, boy. The way it just pops off the screen. I could just imagine with the printed copy how it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And she reminds me of Sofia Vergara, by the way. that one when you scroll up. I guess Sofia Vergara vibes off that one,
Not mad at it. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, not at all.
Oh, see, now I'm listening. Now I'm hearing the accent as I'm looking at the stuff that's written on the book.
But yeah, we were able to get a proof just to kind of see how this would look, and the colors are so good. Yeah. Everything looks gorgeous. Shan Benion is the interior artist, and they're also the main cover artist. So the Sofia Vergara cover is also them. And they just really crushed it. They were such a joy to collaborate and work with on this. And they did all the art, all the lettering. It's all them. So if you like what you see, this is what you're going to get. It's nothing but this wonderful art. It's such a fun book. I'm also a bit biased, but because it's our book, but it's just a blast, and it's really cool to have a character that has this long life. She's over 300 years old, and she's just getting up to all sorts of trouble and some introspective things. So yeah, it's just been a really fun project. Yeah, we've got some really amazing covers. Everyone's been loving this cover.
That's a very cool cover.
Yes, MK, Miasmic Art on Instagram. They're killer. They're in Brooklyn, I believe.
Yep.
Just obsessed with everything they do. I had to get them for a cover, and they ate this up. Just killed it. It's hard to not have favorites, but this one might be my favorite.
Yeah, this one was definitely like when you look at it, you're like, oof! Like it's just something about it so striking and so. It captures that, like if you're thinking about a horror comic, it's like that's the cover for a horror. It really kind of nails it, I think.
I mean, the cool thing is also like it's just a sick piece of art. So even if you just frame it, you will just have a sick piece of art.
Exactly.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah, they do so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems your whole comic, all the panels are like the composition's like on point in every panel. There is no lazy panel here. No lazy panel.
I feel kind of like a slacker now, but
yeah, Shan put in that work on all those panels. They really took the script and brought it to life. And we've got some, Lawful Evil comics. We wouldn't be Lawful Evil without a little spice. So we do have some spicy covers for those of you who enjoy. This is a really cool piece by Yonax. Just love it.
Beautiful.
It's also my favorite piece. I don't know. It's like they're all my favorite.
There's so many good pieces for this, and a lot of people. We had somebody else say, you guys definitely put some money behind this, because everybody showed up for this. Not to say that any previous artists behind haven't, but everybody really showed up and kind of showed out for this. Like, oh, you got me on this. I'm gonna show you what I can do, and everybody really showed up and showed out for this. From the interiors to the covers, really kind of put their foot in it, as people say, as the kids say.
Yeah, you can tell nobody phoned this in. Like everyone was just giving it their all.
Yeah, we're so glad that all of the artists were so on board with the project and just loved Lily. You know, we got a little naked on one of the covers. You know, and then
people got to have fun.
Yeah, you know, it's her thing. And then also, if you're new to Lawful Evil, we are offering a tier where you can get everything digitally. You don't need to have everything to read Pyre, but if you want to, you can. As like we always say, if it has a 1 on it, you're in the right spot. And lots of great stickers of our gal and also Dark Spider and our Lawful Evil team.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're hoping to get some of these stretch goals unlocked. Everyone will get a really fun mini comic at Funded.
Nice.
We've got some spicy print or a digital pinup at the next stage. And then we'd really just love to toss some extra money to Shan for just being so awesome. They made a lot of these graphics for us. They've really just been a collaborator across the board.
Yeah, the whole way. And
I've never seen that before. That's
I have never seen that before either.
Yes.
I've seen that with some anthologies where they're like, all right, we'll pay our contributors more, but I've never seen this with like smaller comics. So like that is very generous.
That's
Shan was really like a collaborator and extremely professional, but also very open and like once Ashes was telling them about the project and everything and sending them things, and they'd be like, you know, we had a meeting and they're like, oh, well, I have this idea. And once you hear somebody says that I have this idea, it's like, oh, okay, so you really want to do this. This is great. This is it. So, you know, and we were glad to be able to inspire them to want to, you know, like say, I have this, and we're open to that collaboration, you know, we're open. Some creators, maybe not so much, but we're open to that. That's how I feel like things work well, you know.
That's how things should work. Like there should be feedback, there should be a back and forth. It's always depressing when you see like writers treating an artist like a machine, where it's like, no, just shut up and draw what I said. Like, you know, then nobody has a good time, and then it kind of shows through in the comic too.
Exactly. Yeah, we've had some artists say like, you know, you guys have been really open to feedback and open to interpretation of panels, and it's like, yeah, you guys are the artists, you know, like. We totally look to your eye. We trust you.
I understand that you're trying to control your story you're trying to tell.
Yeah.
There's a thing called trusting your artist, because your artist also is trying to get the best product out there as well. Maybe they have a good suggestion or a good idea, because you know it's called teamwork.
Exactly.
Collaboration.
It's gonna be in their portfolio too. So if you have like, you know, like 11 panels on the page with like one of them being a big establishing shot and everything else being like a little thing, like that's going to look bad on the artist too. So the artist is going to say, hey, just break this up into 2 pages.
Yeah, 100%. And they were definitely that kind of just collaborator and just like, hey, like, I think this would look cool. I think this would look cool. And it's like, yeah. And it looks sick, you know, obviously biased, but it really came together. We're so excited about it.
Yeah,
so people that pledge, right? They get an amazing story, amazing artwork where no one slept. Everyone did everything panel like to the best ability, and they take care of their artists. That's the third one there. That one itself should get you $18 tonight, $17 or whatever to get you to the $1,800. Yeah, so that is awesome, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, we try. You know, we want to make everything a good experience for everybody involved. You know. If the artist isn't happy, I don't think I'm happy. You know, I want to make sure they're good. You know, not just like we brought in Shan as like a hired gun, so to speak, but they really like were so awesome about collaborating that it was like, damn, like I need to give them some extra coins when we get funded. We hit these stretch goals.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, hopefully my artists are looking tonight.
We gotta get this to 3,000 so that Shan gets.
Yes.
That's good, Matta. Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
That 3,000 goal.
Yep.
I gotta say, I saw this on Facebook and I was like, whoa.
Yes.
That's Romar, one of the artists we collaborate with frequently, and he's another one whose eye we trust. You know. To kind of, you know, the communication is great. Yeah, we wanted to give some more action, and as you can see, one of those guys didn't get so lucky with the situation he's in.
I feel like that would be me if I was on that boat. I'd be the one who's like upside down in the water, just like, why is this happening?
Just immediately thrown overboard.
Yeah, like within the first 5 minutes of the scene, just gone.
If D&D is any indication of my life, then I would roll a 1, trip over something, end up in the water.
Upside down into the water.
Yep.
You died by drowning.
I feel that. My
You know what?
rolls rough.
Won't be the first time, won't be the last. But I gotta say, that composition itself is very sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ate this up. We wanted like a really cool piece to just kind of get people hyped about some of the pirate stuff that's happening in the book. And like Ross said, he's also one of just a really great collaborator that we work with a lot. And yeah, he ate. Like, it's so good. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
There's another piece I wanted to show. Where is it? Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, here it is.
So how's about that local sports team?
They did great.
Yeah.
They did the ball thing.
Actually, most of our local sports teams aren't doing so great.
I was gonna say New York.
Yeah, it's
we're in
not.
trouble.
We're in constant trouble.
Oof.
I don't know sports, so I'm just gonna. We're in trouble.
The only sport I know is cricket, so that doesn't help.
This one here was like, what? Woo!
Yes, this is also Romar.
Yeah.
This was a really cool piece. This is Lily, but more in her Lawful Evil kind of outfit and phase. So people that are fans of Lawful Evil will probably recognize her a little bit better in this kind of look. But yeah, just her like messing. Can I curse? Yeah, fucking shit up. I was like, wait, can I?
I think I already cursed like a while ago. So.
We've been on TikTok, so we can't like say
so
or
we
do
have
anything.
words
So
you
I'm
can't
like,
use.
Gosh
I'm like
darn it!
censoring myself. Yeah, but yeah, just her fucking shit up in the city. She's like a true, like she's pretty strong, and you know she's a succubus, so we show a bit of that, and she needs to show a little bit more of the explosive side of her, so to speak.
Explosive.
But right, I think you picked the composition for this one. You wanted the building exploding.
Yeah. I wanted something more like a rebellion, more like also showing that Lily can get busy. Like she's not a slouch in universe. We don't have her as a slouch, and she's definitely not a slouch in terms of pumping up the power and bringing the heat. And so I thought that it would be a good image to illustrate that, but also this rebellion against, as you can see, this big building. This building is a significant building in our universe. A monument. What do you say? A monument to capitalism and greed.
Yeah,
love it. 10,000%. I support this. Blow them all up.
Blowing it up. So that's it. We've gotten to the point where a lot of the pinups, especially when we do things with Romar and things like that, they tell a story that leans into the story that we're already telling. Cool. So the pirate piece that tells a story, but it's not just like random, fan art or something. Mm-hmm. Or it tells a story that's related to the story we're already telling. So we're in our kind of like storytelling phase with pinups too, in that manner. And I think both the pirate and this one illustrate Lily's character and Lily's history, as it were.
I appreciate that, because when you see a lot of pinups or even like variant covers or regular covers from like mainstream comics, the covers usually have nothing to do with the actual story inside.
Yeah.
You mean such and such is dead, and they don't die in the book?
Yeah, it's always just like some random thing where it's like, oh, here's the character on a bicycle, and then there's like 0 bicycles in the actual story, and you're just like, you get like a weird disconnect feeling. So it's nice when people actually think it out. They think what the story is going to be about. Then they hire someone for the cover or for a pinup, and it's like, all right, this XX whatever blah 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 is going to happen. Do something with it. As opposed to just like, all right, give me a picture of this character. I don't care. Like, put her on a bicycle, whatever.
Right.
I think my favorite one is when they have a fight on the cover, and that fight is nowhere in the book.
Oh my god! And then it's just like 18 pages of like expositional dialogue.
Conversations.
And then the fight will begin to maybe happen on the very last page.
Last page.
You got to get that next comic if you actually want to watch them
Oh
fight.
yeah. They're squaring off on the last page, and then you get the next book, and they're not even fighting yet.
It's like an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's
The
exactly
planet will
what it's-
explode in 5 minutes, and it's like
It's
3
been
weeks later.
This episode is 25 minutes long.
Right.
This doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
I guess time
I like
just
when,
moves slower on Namek. I don't know.
especially in Dragon Ball Z when that punch lasts the whole 25 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're all just like, ah, and then it cuts to another scene, and it cuts back, and they're still like, ah. Okay.
Yeah, the old switcheroo, like
Right.
or like, or this episode. Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah.
Or this comic covers where it's like this team is broken up, like we're done, and like that never comes. It's like they're sitting down in a cafe having a conversation.
Exactly.
Or like it's like what like.
Or somebody mentions it like in passing. Imagine if we broke up.
Yeah, imagine if we broke up. Like, what would happen?
How stupid would that be?
Yeah.
And everybody who bought that book feels stupid for like
dumb.
leaving the cover.
That'd be dumb. Sorry. This issue, I wish like covers like this issue, such and such eats a sandwich, and it's like, but like somebody stops the moon from falling on, and like at the end they're like, let's go for a sandwich, but you never see them eating it. It's like, all right, like, we won. Like, give me something.
False promises.
Yeah.
I want to see the sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I paid for a
Show
cover
me
with
the
a
sandwich.
sandwich.
What are we talking about? Like BLT? Like
Yeah.
Ruben? Like what's going on?
Now I'm getting hungry for some sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. I could go for BLT right now.
I was gonna say I could actually.
That's a great marketing tactic.
Exactly.
Comic in partnership with Subway.
Exactly.
Hit us up.
Yeah. I'm open
Eating
for sponsorship.
sandwiches.
Yeah, I could be.
We actually do have a cover with a sandwich being eaten.
I was gonna say we do have a cover.
Oh my god, do
And
you
then
have
he
it handy?
doesn't eat
He
the
doesn't eat a sandwich in the comic.
in the comic.
Show us the sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
If you guys want to show it to us, the present button's down there.
I think we actually have it on our Insta. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it really quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Everybody wants a sandwich right now because they're all hungry now.
You're all hungry now.
It's
Like, where's the sandwich? How come you guys aren't showing it?
We need to see what kind of sandwich this is. Don't
Jesus
spoil it
with
for
a
us.
Sandwich.
No
All right,
sandwich
let's see if we can
spoilers,
guess what
please.
kind of sandwich. Let's see if we can guess it. I
right.
bet you it has a toothpick with like a little olive on it. One of those Apple 50 sandwiches.
Oh,
Cool.
wow.
That's my
Chat.
guess.
That's classy.
She put it in the chat there.
A turkey
I'm
What do you
gonna
think,
say-
Matta? What kind of sandwich do you think? Like a hoagie Subway, like something Popeye would eat or something?
Pastrami on rye.
A turkey
Okay.
club.
What about you,
Oh,
Rob?
look, a sandwich. Look at this. Hold on.
All right, here we go. We'll see who won.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, whoa.
That is a hoagie, boy. There you go.
Yeah.
Here's the hoagie.
Look at that sandwich.
Look at that sandwich.
That's a juicy
I
looking
get the
sandwich.
feeling that you're not seeing the sandwich if you're looking at them full image.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? He's eating the sandwich,
It took me a while, yeah.
choking on the sandwich.
I know, but there's some glistening on that tomato, though.
Yeah.
Kubo
Yeah, that's-
did eat this up.
He killed us.
Pun
In all
intended.
fairness,
But
but I'm a weird guy. In all fairness, that sandwich looks really good, and I barely noticed the girl until I was paying attention.
Listen, if you're hungry, why wait, right? That's what this
Like
Sounds like
I'll
you
forget
need-
it's the first
all the
sponsorship.
time. Didn't
Yeah.
you see that, Ralph? No, didn't see that at all.
Yeah, Snickers should sponsor us too.
Did not see
Anyone,
that at
literally
all.
anyone.
Yeah, please.
So did we determine what kind of sandwich it was? I saw lettuce, I saw tomatoes, but I didn't know what kind of meat was there. And maybe there was no meat on there
no
on purpose.
Meat on the
I don't know.
sandwich. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it was a.
That wasn't
I
in the
think
script. It's got to be bologna.
Mm.
It
Turkey.
may be a BLT because there's.
Yeah, it's a BLT.
You guys were
Yes.
just talking about it. Holy
It looks like a
cow.
BLT. Yeah, you're
I
right.
think
I
it's, yeah.
manifested a BLT.
All right, cool.
I can't manifest anything else, but at least I manifested a BLT.
So
You
if
have
we
a book.
uncovered that sometimes covers are different than the book, does that happen in movies too? Are they movie posters
Yeah, all the time.
that you
Yeah.
see that?
all the time.
Because I can't think of an
Dude,
example of one.
You know
that
what's
they bought.
worse? It's even worse because in movies they got trailers, and there'll be scenes in the trailer that don't happen in the movie.
Yeah, they
Oh
gotta
yeah,
have-
the stuff that they edit out, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, get the DVD with the bonus content to see that. And like,
Yeah.
no.
To get that sandwich.
And I've seen that before. It's like Oh, I saw the scene in the trailer, but I didn't see it in the movie.
Yeah.
That's why that's why every people should back Pirate, because everything on the covers is
Will
in
be
the
in there.
comic. I think we have some skulls,
We have some
probably.
skulls? I
We
think
got
so.
we got some blood. We got a lot of that. We got nudity. That works. We got
Yep.
tattoo. We got fire. There's a lot of fire. And of course, there are pirates.
Yes.
So we got a lot of that.
There you go. Hulk in Infinity War.
Oh,
He's in the
that's
fight,
Oh.
but in the movie
He was
he's
cut
not in the
out. Yeah, he
fight.
was cut
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he was cut out.
Okay.
He was cut out of the.
Yeah, because he's not really Hulk. He's Bruce Banner.
Yeah, he's in
I
an
see.
Hulkbuster suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the big one. I was like, what?
I completely forgot about that.
Same.
All right, Eddie, it's your turn.
Yes, N to Z. We're getting to the end of the journey. Oh my goodness, and what a journey it's been. I mean, more good than bad, that's for sure. Meeting amazing
Funded.
people,
Right,
and
funded.
it's funded, thank goodness. And we're going to keep doing it more because I'm hearing, and again, you guys I'm the newbie here, so you guys are the professionals, that people will drop out of the campaign, right? You'll get like anywhere between 7 to 9% of people. And what are the explanations for that? I guess it's some people maybe just they don't have the money, which is understandable.
Yeah, it could be cards getting declined. It could be people with like inaccurate credit card information that's like out of date.
I see.
Well,
And they don't want to go through the hassle of kind of getting a fixer or putting on another card or anything.
They forget. But I mean, the cool thing is after the campaign, you can like message them and reach out and just be like, hey, just letting you know your card was declined. If you want to get the thing that you
Right.
backed, like just please update your information as soon as possible. Kickstarter gives you 2 weeks. And be really polite.
Gotcha.
Don't be like, oh, you sack of shit. I can't.
How dare you?
No, yeah, just be polite. Just
No, of
remind them that like, oh, if you want to get this thing, you have to update your information. Otherwise, your payment wouldn't go through. Yeah.
Sure. And I can certainly sympathize if there's any issues economically, so it's a tough time. It's a tough time.
Yeah.
And as Ed could wait in terms of paying bills first, But it's been a journey. Amazing people, you guys included, everyone. It has reinforced what I think of this indie community of everyone helping each other. And as I repeated last time, certainly don't take that for granted because there's a lot of things in our society that are contrary to that are nothing like that. But this is the place to be. So great covers here. We got the Harrow Variant B cover, which people are really gravitating towards. And I did that tag. So, give me a little props for that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got the original cover there, too. So yes, I kept it simple. That's the number one thing everyone told me to do. Keep it to simple PDF and simple printing. The only thing that's complex is probably the last tier, which is I'm still waiting for that person to come through it. I may have to say their name on this show to name them, but I don't want to do that.
Name them.
I don't want to shame. I don't want to shame them on your show, Ralph. No, I wouldn't want to do that. Retailer bundle, and then here's the one for 250. He's going to get a tag, and it'll be a full tag, just like right on the train, and then of course he gets everything. He gets the whole shebang for that amount. So, yeah, looking forward to doing it. Matter of fact, I kind of already started what it would be, so to give him a little bit of a push,
See, that's how you guilt them. You go, I already started.
I already started doing it.
There you go. Exactly.
I gotta say, it's an interesting tier. You get your memorialized in on a train with a tag. That alone is something that from the 80s we would have been like,
yeah.
It's such a New York thing, like specifically also like a Bronx thing. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's really cool.
And it fits with the story. So and that's what I did earlier too in my graffiti site on Instagram. I took all of my friends and all the people that were really big inspirations, and I took their line tags, and they're sprinkled throughout the whole comic. It's my homage to them. And
awesome.
really is my homage to them because they're again speaking about another amazing community, and all our communities in general are. So it really helps to not only show how much I want to support them and appreciate them, but it certainly gives the book a nice authentic feel because you got real deal tags in there, which is it's a win-win.
Eddie, that's hip hop. That's hip hop.
And that's hip hop. That is core.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now the stretch goals, I really want you to go fast on this, Ralph, because I don't want my artists to see that there is no 3,000 thinking they
Oh,
I'm a
no.
little embarrassed.
Do we mess you up?
Yeah, so in case they pop on, Ralph, I'll give you the sign. I'll go like this, which means hurry. Okay.
Go.
Let me see. No, but yeah. So my stretch goals, again, keeping it simple. 2,000. What I did here was I created a 5x7 print. I took the logo out of it because the logo is in the cover, and you really get to see the space there. I really love the cover. The cover took so long to think about, to conceptualize the design and everything. And so I really want people to see without the logo, so you can really see the mastery on it, because they really did a great job. The artists, Lucas Assis and then G. Sabino, who did.
Yeah, it is a very dynamic piece. I can see why you picked it as your main cover.
Yeah. Like you guys were saying, right? The cover should relate to what the story is. And in this case, I really wanted to create a feel of he's racing against something, and you will find out that he's racing against time is what you're going to find out. Oh, no. And then, of course, the sneakers there. The red sneakers are.
Yes.
Yep. Now, does anyone know why sneakers are in neighborhoods? Because as I'm going through my podcast tour here, people are giving me their different opinions. Is it just someone had a bad day and the bully in the street just threw the thing? Like, what's the significance if you guys?
I know mine in where I'm from. I'm from Brooklyn, so it might be a little different.
Sure.
That was where all the either crews or the crews that became gangs. That's their territory. That's how you know whose territory.
So it was a market.
Right,
yeah, that's also what I heard, was that it was to assert dominance.
Yeah, but this is my area, and
yes,
See, what I heard was that somebody died, and in memory of them, the sneakers were tossed onto the.
That's
the
what
wire.
I heard too, Ralph.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yep. And do you still see it?
And it's funny then, because then when you think about how many sneakers were on wires, people go, "That's not possible." And
Bro, I still have sneakers on wires in my neighborhood. I'll walk like 2 blocks and they'll be like sneakers, and now I'm like, oh my god, how many people have died here?
Yeah.
And that's what the funny thing is, because then people go, "No, that's not possible." And I'm like, dude, Gen X is small for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh no.
At least New York Gen X is small for a reason.
Yeah.
I went to too many funerals as a kid.
The 80s was no joke.
No.
The 80s was the early 90s was no
Between
joke.
the gangs and the AIDS epidemic and
drugs.
Drugs. I lost a lot of friends. Yeah.
Also, like inedible food.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Good point.
People being allowed to smoke everywhere is another one.
Oh, the smoking! Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. You'd always come back from something smelling like a
and my parents would be like, "Are you smoking?" I'd be like 10 years old, like, "Are you smoking?" Like, no, I was just waiting for the train.
Right.
Yeah. You get home, you'll be reeking in that stuff, and your parents are like, "You smoking?" I'm like, "I'm not smoking. I was outside on the street."
Yeah, I'm outside. I was just hanging out. It just happens that other people are smoking.
Oh, your friends were smoking? Like, no, my friends were not smoking. There were just people in the same space. Like,
I'm having flashbacks. No.
Sorry.
I remember when there were like smoking sections in restaurants, and it's like, why do you smell like smoke? It's like, you were at the same Denny's I was. What are you talking about?
Smoking sections in airplanes.
Yeah.
Who remembers that? Raise your hand.
Oh my god.
There was no point because it traveled everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Well, my mother unfortunately was a smoker, and she would send me to the store to buy a thing of cigarettes. I'm gonna date myself, okay? I'm gonna give you how much it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Don't laugh at me, okay? It was 50 cents. And how much is a box of cigarettes now? I'm curious.
I don't know, like $20.
It's like $10.
It's $10 now. Oh, yeah. Okay.
If I remember right.
25 cents.
I feel like a couple of years ago people were complaining about it being like 11 or something. Like, it has to be more than 10. That sounds too cheap now.
Well, it depends on where you get it.
Yeah, it does depend where you go. I think in Jersey it's like 15 now.
If you're clever, you can get them for free. So
there you go. So if in Jersey it's 15, right, Ashes? Then
I think
if the reason for the increase was the taxes, the purpose of that was to make sure people wouldn't smoke no more.
Stop smoking.
Yeah.
Okay, and did it work?
No, it just made people spend more money on cigarettes.
Yeah, you're spending more money.
It made them richer. Okay.
Can't kick this habit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think there's a stigma to it now too. I remember, and again, dating myself, when I was in school, when people smoked, it was kind of quote cool. I don't know if it's that way anymore, unless vaping has took that reason why people.
I feel like there's even a
like
stigma with vaping where like kids will vape and other kids will be like, "Man, you're stupid. What's wrong with you? Like, why are you doing that?"
Okay. So what's the tobacco company going to do now? I guess they got to make it cool, right? I don't know.
I don't know. If they go out of business, oh no, too bad. But that'll never happen.
But I appreciate that of how the world's changed, because that's the backdrop of NZ, this 80s where things were like that. Like you guys mentioned, people were smoking, crack epidemic, and the city was so vibrant. But the hip hop generation came in, and then that, to me, because again, you write what you know, that changed everything. As Zed has a broken vision and Zed has no hearing, the same with me. My vision wasn't correct, but of course, thank goodness for graffiti. It kind of gave me something to shoot for. It kind of gave me a purpose, and it gave me my art sensibility. And then, of course, hip hop music, forget it. I mean, it really made me hear the world for the first time. So a lot of me's in this story. I think a lot of people can relate to it. All of us, and particularly, we think about our programming and how is it that we got all this information about the world, and how do we judge, those around us and ourselves. A lot of those themes within the comic book. So I think it's going to be a great read, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that it's already been the goal has been met, but we need that 2,000. Hopefully, we can reach that goal, so I can get you that poster, which you'd like, and then yes, and thankfully, my artists I see are not watching the show. So,
Eddie, it's funny that you mentioned the whole hip hop scene, and every once in a while somebody will be like, "Oh, I'll start talking rap," and people will be like, the hell? Because, a lot of people know me for the loving heavy metal and all this. And
sure.
People forget we started somewhere else before we got to over there. And the reason I am in heavy metal is because the rap scene went in a direction that I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I hear you.
It got weird.
Oh, it got really weird.
But I don't know how much. Go ahead, Ralph. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I don't know how much of that is that the music's changing, or is it that we are. I read a very interesting article that talks about that when you hit 30-31, that 18% of those that hit 30-31 will not start listening to new music. They stick to the old music, and that is it. So I'm wondering, is that because we don't like the music per se, because we're just at the age where we don't want to accept anything new, or is it because the music sucks?
Can I don't know. If I can opine.
Go ahead.
My father used to do, bless his dead, he used to do public relations for RCA back when they had A&Rs for Interscope. So I'm an East Coast kid. I was born in Brooklyn, but I got a lot of the old school like G-Funk West Coast stuff too. So I get a lot of that I went backwards from a lot of the samples, right?
Nice.
And you listen to music. My favorite rapper is Nas. So if a rapper's telling a story, I'm gonna listen to that. If you're just talking about what you had, like, I remember when I started listening to certain when like Cash Money got big, and I'm listening to rap these like songs, and it's like this dude's just making me feel like a piece of shit. He's like, oh, I have more than this than you. I have more than. It's like, yo, like, am I supposed to be like? I'm supposed to be listening. It's my friend. Are you just you're just dissing me? Like, oh, you're broke, blah blah blah. It's like, huh? Hold on. Like, I just bought your album. Like, why am I in it? Yeah, why so me? Like,
That's a huge slap in the face.
It's like, wait, hold on. Did I pay for this just to be insulted by somebody? Like, why is that happening? Like,
but know what? You know what though? Sorry to cut you off. There are people who will buy that album and be like, yeah, I want to be just like this guy. Like, they're selling a lifestyle that's like for the most part unattainable.
It's fantasy rap. It's just like when Future came out and people were like, oh, he makes songs about doing drugs, and then he did an interview. I've never done drugs in my life, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, why are you telling other people to do them? Like,
good point.
It's fantasy. Yeah. It's fantasy stories. So, I think to get back to the point, I think before hip hop was kind of, and Eddie, you come from the generation, I guess, a little before me, probably my brother's generation, where it was rap was hood news,
right?
So they were telling us what was going on.
Right, yeah.
Telling us, you had NWA, you had Public Enemy, you had these groups that were like, this is what we're dealing with here, and nobody knows, and the news isn't showing
Nobody's
that.
paying attention.
Nobody's paying attention.
Right.
And so it went from that to, oh, like, okay, well, this is a way to get out of poverty, to this is a way to say I'm better than you because I got out and you didn't. And it's
Right.
like, oh, well,
That's
I
interesting.
don't really want to have a conversation
Yeah.
about that, you
Yeah.
know, because
Yeah.
that's not what I'm listening to this for. I'm listening, you're telling our stories, you know,
Gotcha.
you
That's a
know,
great point.
you know, Biggie, Suicidal Thoughts, One Love by Not, you know, just different songs that are like, oh, okay, yeah, you feel the same way I do, or
Sure.
I can see that, I experienced that, you know, and so I think that I don't know if it's that the music's gotten, I don't know if that it's we have gotten older, but I also think that there was a point in time where you could still say, oh, I'm either I'm older than this, but I can understand where this person's coming from. And then there became a cutoff point where it's like, I don't know why you're like what are you talking about? Like this doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't resonate with me
Right.
because it became about something else.
Yeah.
You know?
Gotcha.
I
Like,
wonder how much the industry has to do with that in terms of like, do these people write their own songs, or does the industry have like a very specific vision, or like, are they the ones selling the fantasy? Like,
Right.
there's layers to this.
I think in that regard, T.I. and Ludacris had mentioned T.I. when he had a TV show. It was his family, and this is after his he was in jail or whatever, and he came out and he was like, I have kids, I'm gonna be positive. And Atlantic dropped him because he was like, I'm not making any songs about selling drugs anymore. That's my old life. That's not me anymore. I'm a family man. And they were like, well, we can't do anything with that. And he's like, why not? And they're like, that's not what we're selling.
Right.
You know, that's not.
Here's the funny thing. I'm happy you're mentioning all that, because the funny thing and the murmuring that I've heard around all this stuff is the fact that the people that we listen to, Public Enemy, these guys were talking about change and talking about what's going on, and and talking about standing up to the man, and according to the murmurings, it's the industry didn't want that anymore. And they wanted to pigeonhole our people into another place, and the best way to do that is to make them want to be the criminals.
Right.
Yep, that makes a lot
right?
of sense.
Said hip hop went from selling crack to smoking it.
Right.
And that's kind of like it was interesting because he meant that literally, but also figuratively in this, like, you went to, okay, well, this is how we're living and we want to get out of this, or we want to do better, or we want to inform the world that, we're struggling and this is what we need, or what have you, to, oh, we want to keep struggling, or we want to keep looking like we're struggling, keep, this kind of thing. And it's like, where did that go? And then you have a lot of older people who kind of get pushed out of those, like the Wu-Tang Clan, like groups who like kind of get, it's like, oh, you don't want to make music about that anymore? Well, we have this young whoever, little rapper, or young whoever, whatever the name is.
Young little guy.
Young
little guy.
My dad one time said, soon they're gonna have little fetus, like,
oh my God. Young clump of cells. There we go.
something like that. Like, and they're coming out and they're making this, this music. It's the reason why we're hearing that pumping out of the car, as opposed to like a J. Cole, who was popping for a long while. But J. Cole kind of went into his like positive hermit, or like Kendrick. Kendrick doesn't want to make music unless it moves him in that manner. And so it's like, they want to make music that comes from the heart and soul, and they want to give to people, as opposed to like influencing people to.
Well, I actually have a theory on that. I think, I've been privileged to grow up through a lot of great musical generations. I saw my brothers when I was younger. They grew up in the disco era, right? And disco music, I saw how it transformed everything. I mean, everyone was dancing. Their grandmother, their mother, the music transformed people. Then, of course, I went through hip hop, and you certainly know how I feel about that. Then I also went through the grunge era with Nirvana and Pearl Jam. And then and what's interesting about all those eras is that one thing is synonymous with all those compared to the newer stuff, is that at that time, all those musics that I mentioned, all those musical genres were all needed at the time. They were needed, through the 80s, through the 80s, for example, the opulence of cocaine, the opulence of money and stuff like that. You needed music to kind of counteract that. The grunge music, right? They had the hair bands, right? And so you needed like an answer against the hair bands that, listen, this is serious music that's got poetic content, But I don't think and this is why I was kind of hoping that COVID would have did. I was hoping that COVID would have gotten this generation and said, holy crap, man, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on here. Let me create a music on it. And I'm still waiting. I haven't heard anything avant-garde. And I worry that there probably is no other hip hop coming out or another grunge era, or it might be over. Why? Because it's not needed. It's not.
Or it's just like recycling old songs and doing covers now, and like that's it.
Yeah.
But could it be a matter that there's so much that a person can do now? They don't have to listen to music. I mean, right now they can watch a movie at any time. They can play a game at any time. I mean, it's not like back in the day when we had a record. You put the record on the needle, you listen to it, and if you wanted to go to the next track, you literally had to get up, put the needle to the next track. And what it did was it forced you to listen to the whole album, especially my lazy butt. I didn't want to get up. And you end up listening to songs you probably never would have heard before if I had like instant access. Now forget it. You go to Spotify, you make your own list. Now you're stuck with 20 songs.
I guess it's also like Ashley and I talk about this a lot when we've been, since we got on TikTok and we've been working on stuff for Pyre, like the TikToks. It's a lot of like, what can I fit in 3 seconds? Yeah. Because you have a lot of stuff that'll blow up, like songs that I'm an older person, so I won't listen to it because I'm on TikTok for promotion. But my niece and nephew will be singing, "Oh, you don't know this song?" It's like, no, like I don't, but they're not hearing it from the artist. No. They're hearing it from a TikTok video.
Oh no!
From that stretch. And then maybe they'll look it up.
Dude, so, it's gotten to the point where, because I'm on TikTok, especially because I got to do all this stuff for Bit and Apple. And there'll be times where a TikTok pops up and the song pops up, and I have to dive deep to find out what song it is, because sometimes they'll use the song and they don't really tell you what song it is, what it is, or the video that is using it is a whole other video from a whole other place, and they didn't tag the song in it at all, and it comes from another source. There's times where I have to dive deep to find the stuff that I'm supposed to be looking for.
Yeah.
I think Eddie also was onto something, because you were saying, with the record player, you have to sit there, or get up and move the needle and stuff. Like, I noticed when I listen to music with a lot of people now, especially people younger than me, like, they'll literally listen to like a minute of like a 6-minute song and then just like change the track to something else, and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I love this song," and then you'll hear it for like 45 seconds, and they'll like skip to another song.
There you go.
I can't do it. That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's just like, and
it's like
I'm like, yeah, this song is great, and then they change it to another song, and
it's like having a bad DJ. Let the track play out, let it go.
Especially when it's good and it's like telling a story and you want to hear what's going on, and then they're just like, nope, 30 seconds later jump to another track, and then they're like, oh, I love this song, and then 30 seconds later go to another track. Oh, I love this song.
Yeah,
people just don't have the kind of attention span they used to, because there's so many things to consume now.
That's it. The instant access is what does it, right? And I guess the number one. Boy, I'm sounding like an old fogey here. My goodness.
I mean, I was the one complaining about people younger than me listening to music, so.
No, but it's the instant access to everything. I think that eventually must go into your psyche. If you can watch any movie at any time, you can listen to any song at any time. Gosh, with a microwave, you can cook a meal at any time. You can.
It won't be great, but you can do it.
Yeah, exactly. But you can do it, But something's got to be lost there, and I'm assuming it's patience.
It's funny that you said that, because I find that I will be watching television, and they'll have the Christmas episodes like in April, and I'm like, okay, why are we showing Christmas stuff in April?
Right.
And I'm like, that kind of makes it less, and it makes it, because before you would see all the Christmas stuff at Christmas time. Right. You see all the Halloween stuff at Halloween time. You see but now you can watch it whenever you want.
Yeah.
It makes it less special.
Yeah.
There you go. I agree. It makes it less
It's like
special.
if you have like a cool tuxedo and you're wearing it, and then like someone's like, "Oh, hey, cool tuxedo," and then you start wearing that tuxedo every single day.
Right. It's like it's no longer special. Yeah.
No, it's just like, oh, he's wearing that stupid tuxedo again. Like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
I'll give you a good example of that, right? So I love Run DMC, but back in the day, the only time you saw Run DMC is if you got a magazine, maybe
Yeah.
saw them on a quick MTV video, and that was it. Take any star now, you could probably see them on the toilet as we speak.
Yeah.
You can see them taking
Yeah.
an Uber somewhere. So what happens there is that the mystique now is over. Because
Yeah.
to me, Run DMC were like basically like these gods. You're like, oh my
Right.
god! And if you were to see them live, you'd be like, there they are. Oh my gosh! I don't know if you have that same feeling anymore with these artists and always being on. It's like they get so
Also-
played out. So the mystique is gone, and that's a big deal of music.
Also,
As far
the
as I'm
instant access through social media, where you can just at Taylor Swift on Twitter and be like, "Hey, Taylor Swift," and she
Yeah.
might not get back to you, but like you can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do it. You can say hi.
Mhm.
Hi.
Oh boy, I sound like an old fogey. My goodness, youngins,
You're in good
youngins, get off
company.
my yard.
Get off my
As a
lawn.
cloud.
Get
We
off
should
my
do-
lawn.
We should do a Ashes. We should do a Lily piece about and in
Her
my
just
day piece.
complaining.
Yeah, and in my day piece. Like in
So
my
how
She
do
day.
you-
can do it.
old.
She's 300 years old. She can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got it in her.
If I
When
was
we were
300 years
pirates-
old, I'd be so pissed at everything. I don't know.
Oh
Oh,
my
damn.
gosh. I'd be like, we're cooked. We are so cooked. Can I get out of here?
Yeah. Like, all right, wrap it up. The ride's over.
Like,
Let's
nope.
just.
Call it.
Yeah.
I always wondered that because I'll write vampires and I'll still sit there going, what do vampires think now? They've been around for all this time, even if they took like a nap for a while, and they have to be sitting there going, what the hell's wrong with these people?
Yeah, do they choose to adapt, or are they more like the What We Do in the Shadows vampires, where they're just like are still set in their old ways, just trying to get by in a modern day?
Yeah.
Love that show.
So good. I didn't get to see the new season yet, so no spoilers.
No, I haven't watched yet, but really excited. Although sad that it's ending, but gotta end while it's still good.
Yes, I agree with that 10,000%.
Always go off on
Instead of
high
running
note.
it into the ground.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Not gonna do any supernaturals.
I know I was about to say like Supernatural.
My God.
That was the whole thing with Supernatural. It didn't get run into the ground. Even when they cut it off, people were like, what do you mean there won't be a 16th season?
I think was it because
You know-
people were so used to it, or because
Well,
I feel
I can say as a fan of the show that the show had highs and lows.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
As most shows do.
near the end, it was back on a high. So you
Oh,
were sitting there going, why are we leaving now? Now you guys are in a good place. Don't leave now.
No, but then you leave on the high note so that everyone has nice memories, as opposed to leaving it on a terrible note and just being like, oh my God, I'm so glad that show ended. It was so stupid. I can't believe I sat through 23 seasons of this.
Yeah.
I can say that's the case because there was a point where the show went in a funny way, and I was like, I'm not watching this anymore.
That would have been the time to cancel it, right, Ralph? Right
Mm.
there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing?
Everybody starts like burning their Supernatural merch. Like, God, the show is so stupid.
But they have their fan base is
Fandom's wild.
oh my
Insane.
God, yeah. They're still in love with them.
Yeah.
It's still trending on Tumblr.
Exactly.
As an old Tumblr person, it's like, oh, if I have PTSD from the days of Supernatural and Doctor Who. And,
Hell yeah.
oh my gosh, people were going crazy.
Beating down your door with that stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Lawful Evil will one day have a fandom as Rabbit.
Oh,
That's the goal.
Not gonna-
So Sorcier, you're doing something new.
Oh, am I? Yeah, I started up my old Etsy shop. I'm selling stickers. I have a few
Oh.
cool necklaces and stuff.
Ooh.
I will be adding more stickers eventually. Those necklaces that you see there, they're like the last of their kind. I used to sell them at conventions, but like they got too expensive to produce. So pretty much like whatever is sold there, like that's the end of it.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm just making stickers because I realized that I really like stickers and I like making stickers. So like, why not feed my own addiction, right?
yes.
Love stickers.
And get paid.
And get paid. That would be nice. I would like to get paid because I have cats and they're very expensive. And
Dude,
I'm also like taking care of neighborhood strays, and that's also expensive. So that's a whole thing. But yeah, I have like gaming stuff. I've got goth stuff. I've got random silly stuff. All the stuff. Look at that healer sticker. Weren't we talking about being a healer?
Healers.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the tank.
And
these
the
are
tank.
great.
I like the
I
tank sticker.
I like
Actually-
the DPSs.
I want to get a tattoo
Random
of that
DPS.
tank.
The tank looks badass. So
Yeah,
It would be a fun
awesome.
tattoo.
yeah.
Because I'm always the tank, so I might as well get it branded on me.
And these prices are great, man.
Yeah.
337,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Yep, because it's a like pre-Black Friday sale, so everything is like 25% off. I've also got
Oh.
Pride stuff because that's super duper important.
Nice.
And
Yes.
yeah, the Pride stuff has been like some of my best sellers, which makes me very happy. There's more D&D stuff, and yeah,
I
stickers.
like this. This is how I roll.
In a
20.
row, yeah.
Roll
Yep.
one.
One is expectation, the other is reality. I think you know. It's funny because I always sell more ones than 20s because people know where they stand.
Yeah. When I'm playing the game, this is what I roll.
Yeah.
When I'm DMing the game, this is what I roll. It's not good.
Oh man. I will never forget the time that a friend commissioned me to draw his character that he was playing in a game that I was DMing, and
Uh-oh.
within like the first encounter, his character died.
Oh, ouch.
It was like the most unfortunate thing against like
Aw.
2 zombies, and like half the party had died somehow because everyone was rolling terribly and I was rolling really well, and it was just like he paid me like $80 to draw this.
Oh,
God.
Oh no.
it gets
Yeah.
more and more
Yikes.
painful.
Oof.
It was painful. I ended up doing like a whole follow-up like resurrection type campaign because I felt so terrible. It's like, oh,
Yikes.
That's nice.
you go through like the afterlife and you make a deal with this mysterious entity and you get to come back to life. Like I felt that bad.
But I like
That was
those
good.
stories. I like those like you're trying to get the group back together because they're dead stories.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, they come back to life, but there's a catch. So it's not like, all
Yeah.
right, we came back to life and everything's great. It's like we have a cat. We came back to life, but now we owe this demonic entity something, and we don't know when they're gonna come to cash that in, but
Exactly.
it's gonna happen. Those are always the best stories. And then once they start forgetting about it, then you hit them with it.
Oh yeah, that's the best part. When they completely forget about it, and you go, "You remember that guy?"
Yeah, you remember that guy in the mines that was like, "Hey, do this thing." Like, he's come to collect.
Sounds like a character we have, Ashes.
Yeah,
Somebody who's coming to collect.
Hmm.
Ooh, I like that. Coming to get you.
Also, that roach is one of my best sellers, and I love it.
I was just gonna tell you that.
It's
'cause
really
just stick that
good.
anywhere. It looks so real. Like,
Ah, thank you.
go to a party to a friend's house that you don't like, and you stick that on his
Yeah.
refrigerator, and you start screaming. Man, that looks really cool, beautiful.
When did you get roaches?
Love these.
And says also, it's not like they can't use the character somewhere else.
He ended up doing that because the campaign fell apart due to scheduling issues, and he'd occasionally update me on how the character's doing and what happened to him. I'm like, all right, cool. He's doing a lot better under somebody else DMing than me, and I'm very happy about that.
But that's always a sad thing when the group just falls apart. I've been there enough times.
Oh god, being a grown-up
Been
sucks.
there.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yep. Not fun.
horrible.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Yeah.
So, folks, I made it easier for you because I know somebody's gonna be like, "I'm lazy, Ralph. I'm not looking for the links." All the links are in the comment section, so you guys go to the comment section and pick which link you want to pick. I made it so much easier to support both these, all three of these people. It's right there in the comment section. Go now.
Go do the thing, and also your money helps support lots and lots of cats because there are too many cats in my neighborhood.
Aw.
And nobody else is gonna help them, so I have to pay out of pocket for like the neutering and spaying and stuff. So they
Yeah, I
stop.
saw that post you put up where you're trying to get some help or trying to figure something out.
Oh my god, yeah, it's like a 30. They're like your wait time is 36 months for low cost neutering. I'm like, just say
Oh,
3
my
years.
gosh.
That's what it is. They don't want to say 3 years.
Oh, god. Yes, luckily I found a friend in New Jersey who can help for like $85 per neuter. So it's like I have to take a cat out of state to get it neutered.
I know, right?
So bonkers.
It's
That is
crazy.
bonkers. That's crazy.
Ridiculous.
So what's the process? Do you have to, like, if you're talking about stray cats that you would like get trapped and then get them neutered, or
Yeah, I'm trying to do a TNR in my neighborhood, so it's like
Oh, cool.
trap, neuter, and release. Or if the cat is friendly, I'll try to like socialize it, and then maybe like we have connections with a cat cafe
Okay.
up in Albany there, and like take them there and
Cool.
have someone else adopt them.
Wow.
The whole thing.
That's awesome.
That's good
It's
work, man.
so
That's good
stressful
work.
though. It's so
Yeah, no, I
stressful.
can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting help
Good
getting
stuff.
help in New York is ridiculous. Like I've contacted so many places and I'm like, these cats are super friendly and they're like coming inside my house to get shelter and they're like, oh, they're fine if you just leave them outside. I'm like, I can't do that.
It's fine if you
No.
just leave them outside.
Yeah, there's one particular cat that I'm working on now because my next door neighbors like they mistreated him and then just abandoned him on the streets and like I really want to find him a home. It's heartbreaking.
It's
I can't believe that something like that happens. My goodness.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we used to use them to catch rats, and like we don't have rats anymore, so we don't need them. So they just
Oh, I've seen that a lot.
Wow.
I've seen that a lot.
I hate
Where
it.
their
awful.
use for the cat is gone, and they're like, "Oh, that's all we needed him
That's
for."
all you need it for, yeah.
And he'll be like screaming and clawing at their door to let him in, and they just ignore him. So
That's a
No,
shame.
That's terrible.
That's awful.
people are the worst.
that's such a betrayal.
Seriously.
Because people forget these animals have emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they form attachments.
Exactly.
They need help. Like he needs a lot of medical treatment too. So,
Mm.
so yeah, stickers support cats.
There you go.
Yes.
Buy the stickers.
That's my
support the cat.
PSA. Welcome. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
All right, let's see. Well, let's go to the videotape, folks. It's time to listen to watch some of these beautiful little things that our creators here have created to show off their works. Here we go.
Nice.
Boom. There we go.
Love it.
99% its goal.
Uh,
Yeah.
Come on, 1%.
Come on, folks. Get to the 1%, man. You can do it. All right, here we go.
$17.
Now for some Eddie. Right. There we go.
My name is Eddie Lima, and I'm the creator of End of Zed, a project I've been working on for years. The story follows a robot who crash lands in the Bronx in 1982, severely damaged and with no memory, as he navigates one of the city's most turbulent times, shaped by the rise of the crack epidemic. He also discovers the powerful, positive force of hip-hop.
Where am I? Party people, are we ready? 3, 2, 1.
End of Zed isn't just another comic. It fuses the rebellious energy of New York City with a gripping dystopian narrative. This story delivers visually striking action and powerful themes. If you're into bold, unapologetic storytelling, then the End of Zed is for you. By backing this project, you're not only helping bring Zed's story to life, but you'll gain access to exclusive rewards. I can't wait for all of you to experience Zed's world. Back my project today and become part of this amazing journey.
Still love that video.
love it. That's such a good video. You really killed it.
Definitely dope.
I appreciate it. Well, it's going to be better next time. You know why? Because Ralph's going to do the voiceover. Imagine that with Ralph's voiceover voice.
Yes,
Get it.
let's make it happen.
You can see it now. This is
Yes.
Zed.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Yes.
He ain't dead yet.
I
Thank
think
you.
I
I
said
appreciate
this
that.
before, but I want absolutely nothing bad to happen to Zed. He's so adorable.
I love him. The design is so good.
Definitely. Definitely.
I've heard some interviews with Eddie, and I'm like, no.
Don't
Don't
kill him
do
off.
it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
was-
get hairy for the dude. It's going to get hairy for him.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching him do in another interview, and I was like, no. He's like, something might happen. I'm like, no.
You better not.
No.
Like, you better not.
Gets a blanket and a cup of hot cocoa and just is just cuddled by
Goes to sleep,
everyone.
yeah.
That's it.
Crying in the shower.
That's it. That's it.
Eddie's gonna be like,
Yeah.
and then he has to return to his home planet. Oh no! Like Poochie, just
Oh my
Poochie.
rocket just going up into space.
No, but thank you guys. Really, the reaction I'm getting from his character design, I kind of knew it was something when I first did it and we started working on the character design. And the first couple people that saw it, they really gravitated to like how cute he was,
Yes.
And I don't know if that bothered me at first because like, wait a minute, he's not going to be too cute pretty soon, and there's a lot to him, okay? But the more I see it, I could see why you could see that it's going to lend well to for you to empathize with him, to sympathize with him for everything that he goes.
I think it also shows how out of place he is because he's adorable, but in the Bronx in 1982.
That's
so
it.
there's definitely that.
It's
Like,
already dangerous. Adorable
Yeah.
in the Bronx in 1982 is not good.
no, not at all.
It's the contrast, right? It's the contrast that people
Oh,
are going to
definitely.
appreciate. Yeah. Yep.
It just
Thank
it
you.
hammers in that like, okay, he doesn't belong there. Like, what's going on?
Yep. And I tell you, this wouldn't be possible. I tell you, if it wasn't for Ralph, because I was going to throw myself off a bridge when I heard that Wild Robot was going to come out, and I said, you know what, I'm cooked. I'm making Wild Robot. People are going to think that I'm some kind of fake. But then Ralph talked me off. He saw Wild Robot. He says, Eddie, please calm down. Everything's going to be good. Don't worry. It has nothing to do with Wild Robot. So
No.
Ralph doing the Lord's work here.
yes,
Yes.
saved
And
my
yet,
life.
you know what? Yeah, like you can take a concept that like already exists, and you can still like do something completely different.
sure.
Like
Good
I
point.
said in last week's episode, it's like if you gave all 5 of us the same story prompt, the same character, same setting, we will all come up with something different anyway.
Nah.
5
Yeah.
different stories. And that's what I like writers' prompts is because you'll see a writer's prompt, and there might be some similar aspects, but usually it's a whole different story.
Yeah, and you never see writers going like, oh, well, someone else is doing this prompt, so I can't do it. No, a bunch of people will jump in on the prompt and then compare like how they handled it.
Right. That's a good point. And really, the only connection with Wild Robot is that just like Wild Robot, he lands in a foreign place and he has to adapt to it. Other than that, that's it. It's really Wild Robot meets the Warriors is really what it is. Because from that point, it turns into the Warriors, and then
That's actually a good pitch if you ever need to pitch it, because like usually people will think of things in terms of what they've seen and what they relate to. So
and the Warriors is a great example of that because the Warriors takes place all in one night.
Yeah.
Right.
This whole story is going to take place all in one night. So a lot of connections to it.
Awesome. Really excited to read it.
Yeah, same.
Thank you.
Come out and play.
Yes.
Did you know that was impromptu? That wasn't in the script?
Yeah, it was impromptu.
Yep.
Yeah.
He literally came up with that.
He came out of nowhere.
Yep.
And it became one of the famous parts of the Warrior.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen it, right? Everyone's seen the Warrior?
Yes.
Okay.
many.
If you haven't seen the Warrior, shame on you. Forget about spoilers.
I saw it the other day, and oh my gosh, boy, does it hold up! It really just got such a feel to it, especially the beginning when you start to see all the gangs and everything. Oh my gosh!
All right, now I gotta
Cyrus.
rewatch it.
Iconic.
I was hanging out with the Warriors at Urban Action Showcase.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, which
They were
one?
all there. They were celebrating their anniversary.
Was Coach Cheese there? Was that before he?
No, Coach Heath died
away,
a couple of at least a week before the show.
Oh.
Urban Action. Yeah.
But he was at New York Comic Con with Urban Action. So that's what made it even more shocking
Right.
when he died.
I see.
He was supposed to be there. It was interesting to be at Urban and not see him.
Yeah, I agree.
This is one of the shows that he would always do.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Exactly. On a side note, let's look at more horror here. There we go. Dirk Manning, who's doing beautifully, I can tell.
Oh, he's killing it.
He's already on the freaking 4th stretch goal.
Wow, nice.
I can't keep up.
Yeah. I think he's on 4th stretch goal. He just right now at 14,000, he got to the 4th stretch goal. So, folks, if you support this, you are already getting 4 stretch goals.
Good point.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if you guys know your history, London After Midnight, you can't see it anymore. So this will be a way to see the movie without seeing the movie. Because London After Midnight has faded from history.
What, the originals just
Movie?
got destroyed, or was it just
The
like
movie.
a licensing or something? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because the movie, I think it got destroyed. They can't find it. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
So they only have stills from the movie.
Mm.
And
No
that's
one
what they use to
VCR'd it.
make this.
No one VCR'd it, Ralph, or my goodness,
Well,
Yeah,
no,
right.
well,
There are so
VCR.
many people out there who have illegally recorded
Right.
things on their VCR.
This is way before that. There was a time where the old films started to fall apart.
Oh right.
Oh,
okay.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is during that time period when those old films were decaying
Yeah.
before we fixed them, because we lost a lot of movies.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember reading once that Spielberg is doing something to preserve movies. He has a whole
Yeah.
organization that does it
Mhm.
and takes these old films and preserves them. So wow, it's a shame that this one,
Interesting.
because this is part of lore, man. London After Midnight is things that people always talk about. So
Yeah.
And Dirk actually teamed up with the family to do this.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
it's sanctioned by the family,
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
the Cheney family.
Is that Lon Chaney? Lon Chaney
Yeah.
family?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
And just to show you guys a little bit, might as well. The artist on this, Joshua, does a fantastic job of making this look like the old movies.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this one thing right here where I'm like, well, how the hell did you see that? How
Yeah.
how do you pull this off?
That light effect. Yeah.
Oh my
that's
god! And
really
especially
cool.
in black and white.
Yeah, good point.
And of course, folks, if you guys know Dirk Manning, you know this will be another leather-bound edition.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. So if you get the hardcover leather-bound edition, you're getting a lot of beautiful stuff with all the stretch goals and whatnot. Let's see, what else do I got over here? Oh, of course, we suck at comics. And
Still a great name. Because you know what? No matter where you are in your comics career, you will always have that voice in the back
Oh,
of your head that
definitely.
says,
Right. Yeah.
suck at comics.
Sucks, yeah.
So real.
And folks, you know me, I hate publishing because it takes away from writing and all the other stuff I do. So if you guys want to see a published work from Written with Ralph, this will be my first published work
Nice.
in We Suck at Comics.
Nice.
Yes.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Yes, sir.
So if you guys want that, you guys can go check it out. Right now, they're at the stage where you sign up to get notified. So go sign up to get notified. It is important to get these as many followers as possible so that they can start in a better place in the algorithm.
Yep. The more backers you get within the first 2 days,
Mhm.
the better your campaign has a chance of getting funded.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And on top of that, we all know Shadow Rabbit, and Shadow Rabbit does his beautiful clay figures. But for my piece in We Suck at Comics, he's doing an art piece.
That alone is a reason to back it, because I want to
Oh.
see what he did.
and it fits my story so perfectly.
Nice.
My goodness.
Yep. So, folks, there you go. Go check out We Suck at Comics because hey,
Get to 100 followers.
Exactly.
Come on, we're so close.
yeah, 100 is always the best number to start with.
Yeah.
Those triple digits.
Exactly. Because we all suck at comics. We need help.
Yep,
That's why we ask.
Yep.
too real.
I think that's everything that I'm remembering. I'm probably forgetting something. I know that our friend Team Drew has his game is still going on right now to get funded. He's at 20-something thousand, but he needs to get 75,000, and he is at he that's a lot to cover in 8 days.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it is impressive that he's gotten to 20-something thousand.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I put something in the chat. They got 70 hours left. They are,
Whoa.
yeah.
Hold on. Here we go.
Yep. My pal Kevin Joseph, who got me started
nice.
in the wild world of YouTube podcasting.
Oh,
to begin with.
Miskatonic.
Yep, he teamed up with Miskatonic High with his own fantasy series Tart, and they did a story across 24 trading cards, which is such a wild idea. I don't know how they pulled that off or what they did, but
I
like,
gotta say, when we had him on the show and we were talking about this, it's still really impressive. How do you tell a story through cards?
Yeah.
That's
it's
really crazy.
pretty wild. So yeah, you can get all 24 cards now, or you can spend the next 10 years trying to collect a full set throughout Kevin and Mike's Kickstarters. However you want to do it. If you like a challenge, don't back it. If you want to just get all the cards, back it now. But yeah, I mean, Kevin Joseph's a cool guy, and just for that, you should back the campaign because he is one of the sweetest people in the indie comics world. I cannot say enough nice things about him. He's like my weird comics uncle who gives me pep talks when I'm feeling down. So yeah,
cool.
He's comics Jesus. Me and John Westhoff call him comics Jesus. We've called him that, to his face too. So
I gotta say, he was a blast having him on the show. He really geeked out. It's always great to have somebody that can geek out.
Such a chill guy. He's great.
Which is what we always look for on these shows, folks, is people that can geek out, and then I bring them back like our friends here.
That's how you do it.
Yes.
It's like once you find somebody that can geek out, you bring them back. You bring them back.
Collect the whole set. You gotta catch them all.
Exactly.
It's Bit and Apple featuring Lawful Evil or something, like.
There you go.
Oh, we just came back. Hey.
Dude, as soon as I find somebody that fits really well on the show, I'm like, let's bring him back again. Let's bring him back again. Hey, you guys got something going on. Let's bring you back.
Yep.
Matta ended up being a permanent host from me bringing her back.
Yeah, he's stuck with me now. I feel sorry for you. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
We love it, folks. We love it, folks. We love Matta. Matta is fantastic.
We all family here.
Yeah.
Especially what you do with cats, boy. It's so honorable. I mean, I'll be thinking about that, and to know that your Etsy's going to, contribute to that. I think
pretty much everything I do contributes to it. Like, buy a comic from me. My cats are getting food. Like, I can pay their medical bills. That's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything on Etsy that mentions that proceeds go to cats? Or
not really. I don't like to try to guilt trip people into
it. Understood. Okay. Yeah.
That makes
letting
sense.
the cats down.
How dare you?
Just holding a cat. Look at this cat.
Yeah,
I should just start putting cat pictures and being like, if you buy this cat gets food.
Look how sad you look.
I mean, you'll get me real quick.
You gotta do it.
Your stickers
you gotta put the song. In the sight of an angel.
Oh god.
Oh god, I'm gonna start crying.
Like a whole ASPCA over here.
Like, for only $10 a day, you too can just
$10 a day. Wow, that is a steep ask. I don't think I even make $10 a day.
I think my favorite line from Matta is, where she can't even afford to pay herself.
It's true. I mean, I do comics, like I do the writing, I do all the art, the lettering, the marketing, the shipping and stuff, and it's like it's a lot, and I definitely can't afford to pay myself for all of the hats that I wear, but I try.
But it makes it even more commendable what you're doing. So I will visit that Etsy. So that's cool. That's dope. Yep.
And folks, I made it easy for you. It's right there in the comment section. Don't give me that. I don't know.
Oh, I have to show you my cup then, because
let me see.
Let's
see.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Is that on Etsy?
No, it's not. I got it from Etsy, actually, from someone else. But
cool.
Absolute immediate purchase for me.
Yes. Excellent.
So I see we're at the 25 mark. So Ashes, tell the people where they can find you. I'll put up your piece one more time as you speak.
Right, you want to hit it?
Yeah, we're on. Pyre is on Kickstarter right now. You can click on that link. It's right there. We got $20 away. I'm sure you have $20 to
hopefully.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Well, hopefully. I mean, if your check didn't hit, I guess that's your.
Also, I will interject and say that even if your check didn't clear right now, you don't get charged until the campaign is over. So you got 11 days to clear that check.
Right. You got time.
That's true.
You got time.
And folks, if 17 of you will decide to give $1 right now, we can get them to the funding.
Yeah, that works too.
Make it happen.
And we can get them a bunch of backers, because that adds up as well.
Yep,
Yeah.
that it all matters.
So we are also on everywhere at Lawful Evil Comics, with the exception of Twitter,
I
because
still
they
love that
wouldn't
name.
allow us that last S. Can't give us that S. For some reason.
But we're out of there.
Yeah,
We're
leaving.
like we're transitioning out
Slow.
of Twitter.
Yeah, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Tumblr, we're on Facebook, we're on
TikTok.
Instagram, of course, we're on TikTok. Yeah, we're basically everywhere that you want to be, like the American Express card.
Nice.
So,
But without the fees.
without the
No,
fees,
no fees.
and yeah, without the hidden fees and without the broken promises. Yes. So
Oh God. The
we
broken
are there, and you are here, and we're over there now. But yes, that is where you can find us, and we thank everybody for the support. We thank you guys at Bit and Apple.
Yes.
Everybody, we love you guys. Thank you for having us back on the show.
Let's really appreciate it. It's been a blast. It's always so
Yeah.
much fun just coming by to chat.
Word, just good energy.
It's great meeting you guys.
Oh,
And if
Yeah.
I could
It's
add,
nice to meet you.
if I could add your stretch goal of helping the artists and giving them some more loot. I mean,
that's
that is
amazing.
just,
Yeah,
I've never saw it before, and so I commend you for that. And that alone should get you over the $12, or whatever we
Yeah.
use for today.
yeah. We
I
want
agree.
it's good to support those people who work with you and
Yeah.
bring you great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how life works, and hopefully everybody feels that way. So
And if I had enough time right now, I would switch mine to do it, but I can't. So, poor artists, hopefully they're not listening to
next time. Next time.
All right, Mr. Eddie, go for it.
Yes, Kickstarter we funded. Thank goodness. I mean, it was something else, and I really appreciate everyone who backed it. You're not only backing a project, but you're backing really a dream of mine that I've had as a kid. So this is going to make possible, especially as we go over the goal. It's going to make possible the next issues and kind of give me a head start for next year. So appreciate that. Also, you could find me at my own website, endofz.com, and my two Instagram accounts, ZNK238, that's my graffiti Instagram account, and then End of Z on Instagram too. So thanks again. Always love being here. And so always appreciate, your show, Ralph and Matta, because it'll be one of my first remembrance as next year I'm pondering this and I'm saying, boy, what an experience. Certainly your show is one of the biggest ones. So thank you.
Oh,
Truly mean that.
we love
I
you
made
too.
a friend in Ralph. It saved my life. It saved my life. Yes.
We love you too, and I really believe in this project, folks. So go check it out. Go get them to 2,000. Get them to at least that first stretch.
Yeah.
Make it
Yes.
happen.
That'd be
It
great.
looks like such a good book. I think
Yes.
you're gonna hit 2K and go past it.
I agree.
This is the cool thing about indie comics and Kickstarter and stuff. Like, you're making people's dreams happen. You're not just like feeding money into a corporation with like a boardroom full of marketers. Like, you're making something special happen, and I don't think enough people realize that.
Yeah. Yep. That's
And
very
when you
true.
help these
Very
people
well
out,
said.
you're actually doing something. Yeah.
You're doing
Yeah.
something, you're making their dreams come true, you're getting a story that you can't find from the mainstream, and like you're also helping them with like the second book, because it's like guaranteed Eddie's already thinking about that second book.
Yes. Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes, I
And-
want to read that too.
That's it.
Instead of ruining your dreams about Spider-Man, you're making people's dreams come true about something else.
Exactly.
I love it, because people always complain like, oh, well, like, why can't they do like a
This,
Spider-Man
yeah.
as a potato? And it's like, no, somebody else did a potato
Did-
comic.
He's doing a potato comic. Yeah.
Right.
A potato
Like-
hero.
Like they're doing that here. You're just not paying attention. Like,
I think it's
Look at
funny
the right
when people stick with the big two, and you got all these people out there doing the indie stuff, giving them exactly what they want, and then they won't go over there.
yeah,
It's,
Yeah.
it's a shame.
It's
Yeah.
a tough.
very
tough one.
strange.
All right, Matt, tell the people all the good stuff.
Yeah, so you can find me on Etsy as the Sticker Hobo. I sell
Love it.
stickers.
Love it.
You can also find me on, I was gonna say Twitter, but no, I nuked my account because I can't with it. You can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram
Woo!
as Matta Sorcier, MattaSorcier, and you can see all the other things that I do there, which I do comics, I do stickers, I do this podcasting, I do cat stuff. I don't sleep. It's terrible. Somebody please help me. Uh, but yeah,
Exactly. That's what happens when you help Matta. You help Matta, and you help.
Yeah.
And you help.
you help cats.
Yeah.
You help make my dreams come true because my comics acrimony I've been like, thinking about since I was just a little baby teenager.
Yeah.
So that was like 20 something years in the making.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
A lot of dreams coming true.
A lot of dreams.
Excellent.
And nightmares about not sleeping. So
Well, that's normal.
yeah.
That's really normal. So, folks, here's the game I was talking about. It is amazing. It's beautiful.
Oh, he's doing really good too. What platform is that?
This is called Game Found.
Ah, so it's specifically for gaming. That's really cool.
Yeah, so he's at 23, which is really good, but at the same time, he needs to get to 75,000, folks.
Yes.
Oh, well, we got to get him up there.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
this is a
That
game.
game is adorable.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
this
game is
is
amazing,
great.
dude.
That
He
does
showed
look
all
really
the pieces he has to this. This is, guys. If you're looking for something to like sink your teeth into, this is the game to do it to. This is like playing World of Warcraft, but you can actually sit around the table with your friends and do it.
As opposed to screaming at your friends on a headset.
Exactly.
Real life.
You get to scream at them in person.
And
You get
if
to
we're-
you get to connect with each other. You get to
Exactly.
actually connect with each
Yep.
other.
and if we're talking D&D, we're gonna have the art cart guy here on Wednesday,
I
and they're
love
gonna be
these.
talking all about the beautiful stuff they make.
I want to see that mimic again.
Yeah, that was cool.
The mimic is fantastic. Wait, I think I got another little video here that I helped them with.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Oh.
no. That is exactly what I would do.
I love it.
It's so funny. He was like, you know how many people have done this while this weekend? This was at New York Comic Con.
I mean, that's
And-
what it's there for,
dude.
right? You're supposed to stick your head in it.
That's
You have
right.
These are like
to.
2 pieces I'm showing you. Let me see if they have the other piece. Wait till you see this. This is one of the highest towers.
What?
Wow.
Is that a
That
dice
is a
tower?
dice tower. Yeah,
Wow.
That's
that is
crazy.
a dice tower. Look at that.
Wow.
And then the dice comes down.
I would just stand there and stare at that all day.
Wham! One. Woo!
Oh,
One.
that would be
One.
I see they found my cursed dice.
So
They're all
they're going to be
cursed.
on the
Maybe
show
I'm
on Wednesday, and
Cool.
we have a couple of other guests that have something to do with D&D and role playing, and so come check it out.
Nice.
Nice.
With that, I guess it's time to go, and I'll do what we do on this show, and I'll press this button, and this happens. So that dice rolling at TCG show